Alright, welcome to the last video for um, this class. So here I have my tank proof of concept game. We have a horse and it shoots. We have many horses. Oh wow, I have set this. What is happening is it's leveling up every 10 seconds, and I will just explain what's happening as it happens. So the sprite you see in the corner is indicating whether or not I have a bullet available. Reload is about 3 seconds, and I have to wait while that reloads. I don't have collision on for myself. I will demonstrate it with that. I just want to demonstrate that the scene changes work, and I don't want the scene change to be too long. I don't want to die before the scene changes because it ends the game. So this is a little bit dizzy, a little bit nauseating, but if we stand, can't really see it. If we see very careful, if we look over there, we can see that the horse is creeping towards me. Let me just bump up the time now. Let me turn on collision and bump up the level time, so we'll go up to 30 seconds. As you can see from that, the collision, all the systems were being shut down and reset up in the correct way. So now, if the horses shoot me, I will die, and the game will be over. That's bad. Hello. Okay, so if you look over there, we can see that the horse is turning to follow me. There I go. Well, as you can see, I can't update anymore, but these horses are creeping towards my last known location. If I was moving, they would be turning, and they are firing projectiles on a timer. So I'll see if I can get close enough to demonstrate one actually turning, because that's kind of the interesting part. So as I go by, he's going to turn and follow me. I don't want him to kill me. The sprite is updating my little HUD, and I'm dead again. And the horse is moving. So there is just a quick proof of concept game for this engine. So now I'm going to just jump into my documentation. The main tool that I have for my documentation is the demo game that I created. It's just a little test game. I just set the scene. It demonstrates all of the important aspects of creating a new game and checking out all of the valuable parts of creating an engine from a user side. So this game is just you have a certain number of shots to destroy all of the boxes in a given level. So there I've shot 3, and here I've shot 2, and I have 3 shots to do this one. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 and boom. And then I'm back to level 1. If I mess up, then I am reverted back to the previous level. In this case, there's no level to be reverted back to. So instead I was back to level 1. Here, if I mess up this one, I'm sent back to level 1. You'll notice there are updatable objects, there are drawable objects, there's alarmables happening, there's collision, there's scene changes, we have we have a few game objects, we have dynamic entry, all that good stuff. So, when we jump in, if we were to look through all of my files, we would see that there is a lot of comments and things of that nature. For the demo, I basically went down in every class that I have, and I left large comments. I like these for the user to see generally how I've set up this game, and then I also went through each class and took the all the interactions with my engine and ported them to their pertinent spots in the engine code. So if you go to the collision, to the collidable, I guess, would be the obvious one, since I've opened it already. We see for collision registration, we have some information, and then we have a code example, which is the projectile. In the scene entry, we have the collision registration, and that came right out of the projectile CPP file where we do the scene entry. Where is it? Projectile scene entry, and we have the collision registration here. So all the information that I used to make this demo, I put into the documentation. And here is just a few pages from the documentation. Here is that collidable collision registration. It has a little bit of info, a code example, imperatives. The update function needs to be called whenever an object changes its world matrix. Things about accurate collision data. There's some I was updating recently too. There's my 2D. And every file has a decent amount of information, even if, like this updatable manager, the user is never really going to look into it. But there's a good amount of information for me written in a way that I will be able to understand it next quarter or in the future when I need to do that. Inheritance diagram, that honestly should not be there for this. I don't know why it's there. But we're going to power through because that's not a file that I expect the users to go into. Where's the scene? Here we go. So the scene is going to have a few different samples of things. Submit scene change has a little code example. Code examples for set collision pair. What's going to be interesting? Inputable. Good amount of information. Examples. Really just information on the submit. Let's look into the game object, see what's there. The inheritance chart for that, which is definitely going to be helpful. Scene entry and all that fun stuff. So yeah, this is obviously going to be provided to you. All the documentation I also pointed out a little bit in my other videos, and I am giving you this whole thing. I'm not going to step through it. I don't think that'd be a good use of your or my time. So with that, that concludes my Game 374 videos. I'm sorry if these have been a little bit long. I'm sure you'll hear about it in the postmortem, but this has just been such a good quarter for me, and I want to thank you for this class. It's really been excellent. Have a very swift grading time and a good spring break.